apologize that, hello everybody. I need to do a sound test first. Okay. Can you guys hear me? SY, thank you to see you. Can you hear me? It's a very noisy environment. I know you guys hate it, but I could do it outside in the balcony there, but it is 40 degrees right now here. I will become a big chicken, so please forgive me, okay? Or roasted pork. I hope you understand. Okay. So, Ganesh, you can hear me quite well. Do you hear a lot of noise? I'm trying to use my earpiece. Louis, fun to see you. Okay. No. Uh, Thank you, Penny. Yes. Sweetie, good to see you. Okay. Uh, a lot of likes, please. Yes. Still think good to see you. Ganesh, good to see you. Timmy, good to see you. Okay, you can download the slides first, and when you're ready, let me know. Okay. Thank you. Candy, good to see you too. Thank you. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. I gotta first apologize for the noise. There's nothing I can do about it. If I were to talk outside, I kid you not, it's 40 degrees. You hear a lot of noise, Ganesh. Okay, there's a lot of music. It's Mary. Sorry, it's a bit late. Because we're trying to look for a better environment, but yeah, sometimes I start at 12 o'clock. Don't worry. Oh, Chris, good to see you. Okay, thank you. Really appreciate this, Chris. Chris, I've been following your YouTube as well. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I think the earpiece does help, but I think those on Facebook you might hear a bit more noise. Oh, the heat wave in Europe is terrible, terrible. Like cooking, man. Like right. Today is the worst day. Today is 40 degrees. Uh, and the minute we step out, we die. So okay, it is in a cafe. There's a nice cake that me and B is eating. Just finished a live stream for B. Yes. Ini, good to see you too. Yes. Uh, like Arab country, this is pretty bad. I have been into a place where it's 50 degrees before. India in Delhi was 50 degrees. You will die outside. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. You will die outside. So I'm just trying to do what I can. We all make do. You can ask Chris. If I pre-recorded the video in a nice environment, I could spend hours editing and things like that. I have no such time, and what is worse is that the market would have passed. Okay, Yuki, you want to see the cake? 被我吃到剩下这样 one big piece end up this piece. It's very very nice. Okay, okay. Yes, Desmond, Kate is not here today. Uh, Probably in mid of August we'll get her to sing. Okay. Oh, you had a 50 degrees in Dubai. Wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Those in YouTube, please give lots of like. Uh, a very happy. There's something in life that's happier than the stock market going up like crazy, which is my son, and I said it in Facebook already. My son, my son Benjamin has just gotten a, a, a top student, one of the top student award in his junior college. So he went to receive his prize, and I was very happy. Okay, as I said just now, the key thing is that he was a very, 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 very slow and late developer. His PSLE was so shit that he was almost in a in a almost dropped to normal stream. Not that normal stream is that bad, but and then after that, in his secondary school, is one of the shittiest secondary school in Jurong. He he took a long time to climb up. He grew slow. His brain was slow. He was short. It was everything, but then suddenly, at Sec 4, he really picked up. So really amazing. And then he scored straight A's for all his H2 subjects, and scored an A for and another another A for his project work. So it's amazing. So we're very proud of him. Okay, we're very proud of him. And I think the moral story for parents is that be very patient and keep encouraging your children. We'll never discourage him. We've always encouraged him, push him, and things like that. Yes. MOE say all schools are good schools. Okay, if you believe that. Okay. Facebook is very noisy. So those people on Facebook, I gotta apologize. If you could move to YouTube, is under 1N65YT plus one. I suspect it's better there because my earpiece is linked to my YouTube. Okay. In a Facebook here, they are on Vivo phones. They're not on Apple phone. It's very difficult to link with my Apple AirPods. So I gotta apologize. Okay. If you go over there, the experience I suspect is better. And remember, those on YouTube, give a like and click follow and subscribe. Okay. Cool. He got an award for five distinctions. Okay, for five distinctions. I think there's someone got seven distinctions. Okay. Uh, you know what will make me really happy? Because in Jurong Pioneer Junior College, 30 something years ago, my name is up there. Up to this day, my name is still up there as a top student. I'll be very proud if his name also appear. Okay. I mean, and push. I mean, if it's there, it's there. So I got two chance. One is Emily and one is Ben. Okay, but it doesn't matter. But you are as parents, you are really very proud of them already. Okay, I can ask for more from my son. At one point in time, we all quietly calling him Sinsi Gong Kia. Me and B don't dare say in front of him, but behind closed door we wondering, Jialat, you know. Yes. But yeah. Anyway, we're all very proud of him. Okay. Have you guys all downloaded the slides? If you have, I shall start. Okay. Okay. If you're ready, please start. So I'll touch on two main topics today. Basically, is to a lot of people ask me, Mr. Lu, is it time to invest? Time to invest? Should I invest using cash or CPF? Okay, that's one question, right? Okay. Second is that to also share with you some of my results that I've gotten so far in my Endowus portfolio. I want to encourage people. It's not meant to be bragging. Okay. I don't know whether 190th or 191 top. I lost count. Okay. Yes. So those people on YouTube, remember hit subscribe and like. Okay. Very important for both. And there's a little bell by the side so you're alert. And those on Facebook do the same thing for click follow and activate all alerts as well. Now, so if you activate in all, then you never miss my talk because now my talks are time sensitive. You realize that my talks are time sensitive. I bet you I'm one of the people that the minute there's a market movement, I go straight and inform everybody. So I'm a lot faster because I'm a lot lazier. I don't have time to develop nice YouTube videos. I'll just go live and you just live with whatever I give you. Okay? Okay, once you guys are ready, say I'm ready and I'll start. Okay? All right. Okay? I didn't see anybody say ready. Uh, and that was minimum 20K in OA before invest. Is it? They have update. Okay, Kaising is ready. Zen is ready. Okay. Ashton is ready. Kenneth is ready. Okay. Yes, Xing is ready. MC ready. Okay, I'll start now. Okay. So make sure you download the slide. So I think the main topic really is this. Okay. Should we invest using CPF or cash? Using CPF or cash, and that's a big topic for today. And I'll update everybody on my profits on my Endowus account, and I also gonna explain how that was being done. All right, good. As a disclaimer, and it's a whoops, okay, and it's an important and disclaimer that I'm not advising you to buy or sell. Okay, this is slide number two. I'm not advising you buy or sell. I'm just telling you what I do, what I think is best for myself. You decide what is good for yourself. More importantly, is this talk is for education, for entertainment. So, um, so the U.S. stock market specifically, has gone up phenomenally over the last 1 week. Okay, the Nasdaq has gone up about 6.4%. I think you all can see here on YouTube, and then The S&P 500 gone up 5%. I think as tonight I think it's softened a bit. There's some profit taking, and in fact, when I prepared a slide, I anticipated that. Okay. Oh, am I on the wrong slide? Give me a minute. I'm on the wrong slide. Okay. Sorry, I was on the wrong slide. Yes. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong slide again. Oh yes, here's my right slide. Okay. Okay. So the stock market has staged a powerful recovery. The word, mark my word, a powerful recovery. Okay. The Nasdaq has gone up by 9.5%. Okay, 9.5%. Kenny, good evening to you too. And the S&P 500 gone up by 6%. Okay, so the Nasdaq has shot up phenomenally already, phenomenally. And you know what's the best part? And I'm not trying to brag. Okay, I'm just trying to say it. Okay, I'm trying to say it. All these were. This is my first time I actually prepared everybody for the recovery before it happened. For 2 weeks, I was preparing everybody, telling everybody it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Eventually, it came. We're all riding the profits, I'm glad that I spotted this correctly. I could have gone wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. But I really, as you can see, I fired and fired and fired and fired until I ran out of ammunition. Okay, in my US dollar. So I now need to transfer cash from Sing dollar to US dollar. No, I literally ran dry as at yesterday. So the Nasdaq has gone up close to 10%, and the S&P 500 has gone up by 6%. Big, big numbers, big numbers within a very short time. Okay, within a very short time, we've gone up phenomenally. Okay, and still, make no mistake. Okay, we are now still in a crash. The market has gone down tremendously. Market gone up tremendously. It's only gone up like that only. There's still some more way to go. Okay, the Nasdaq. Okay, even though it's gone down and come up, the Nasdaq from its peak is still a gap of 23.5%. Still a gap of 23.5%. Okay, so it has gone down. So roughly, it's gone down roughly 30%. Has now come up by about 10, another 23.5% to go. Okay, before it recover to the peak. And the S&P 500, okay, S&P 500, although it has recovered a bit, has still another 16.6% to go. So technically, we're still in a crash. Okay, still in a crash. A lot of people are wondering, but Mr. Lu, I think it's a bear market. I think it's a bear market rally, you know. It's a bear market rally. I think, you know, you're gone down, going further, it's come out. No? A lot of people, I cannot tell you what you all want to believe. You know? A lot of times we believe what we want to believe. I shot. You all can see how many shots I fired, right? These are not small shots, you know, big shots. Bam, 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 bam. In this last 3 weeks, I fired bam, 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 bam. Okay, so big shots already, you know. I cannot tell you what you want to believe or what you should believe. I tell you what I believe. Okay, and I'm very, very clear. What I am doing is what I believe in. So, will the market, go down, go up, go down? I already explained. I cannot say any further what I think already. The stock market crashed because of one single factor. And what's that called? That's called inflation. Inflation was the one single factor that crashed the whole market. And because of the inflation, the Federal Reserve was forced to increase the interest rate, and as the result, that crashed the stock market. When that crashed the stock market, okay, when that crashed the stock market, it's quite serious, right? But fortunately, early this month, I saw the signals. I saw it way ahead of almost everybody, man. I may be even one of, in Singapore, I'm definitely one of the first, but even globally, I was one of the first to see it. And I quickly tell everybody already. Remember, I told everybody, you just watch. You just watch all the videos in the past. I was way ahead of everybody. It's all recorded down and documented down in the YouTube. I say good news is coming. More good news is coming. I really believe it's good news. Good news, good news, good news, the kind of thing, right? And every time there's good news, I fire shots after shots after shots after shots. No, so the signals are very clear that the inflation is bottoming out, has peaked. Sorry, is peaked. Sorry, the inflation has peaked, and the interest rate, you know, uh, there's a very strong sign that the interest rate rises will one day mellow down or stop. So the then after that, all the geniuses of the stock market start coming out and tell the same thing and give me all the confidence. And gradually I fire more shots after more shots. So there are a lot, it's very easy for people to go along with the fears of the market. If everybody is fearful of market, okay, everybody is fearful of the market, okay, then it's very easy for influencers, okay, to come out and just say the market is going to crash, the market is going to crash, right? Then everybody will watch your video. But it's very difficult to be that lone voice in the desert out there saying, guys, the reverse is coming. It's a very dangerous thing for me. It's still dangerous, but I think I put my money where my mouth is, and I fired shots after shots after shots after shots after shots. Yes, those were 366 of you. Can you all give a like, please? Yes. Yeah. To be fair, please be fair to me. Okay. Once you give a like, YouTube will promote the video. Yes, and then more people will see it. You want more people to benefit from it, right? Yes. Okay. So more good news are coming out over the last 24 hours or 40 hours. More good news are coming out. There was one big fear. There was one big fear that could happen. Okay, that could happen was that Russia. Remember, I told you guys, Russia right now has this. At that point in time, Russia pipes has stopped pumping gas because it was under maintenance, and there was a turbine engine that was being repaired in Canada, and it was being shipped over to Russia, and everybody was fearful that Putin will weaponize the Nord Stream 1 gas pipe. The aircon just died, is it? Okay. Nord Stream 1 gas pipe. Everybody was so fearful that would happen. And Thursday was the D-Day. Thursday, the great news happened. Okay, the great news happened. Russia resumed Nord Stream 1 gas. Okay, Russia resumed Nord Stream 1 gas. Okay, and now the capacity is brought up to function. Okay, well, someone asked why don't Putin weaponize it? I don't think Putin needs to. Number one, he's he's getting money for all these things, and he needs the money to fight the war. You know what wins war? Gold. Money wins war. Okay, gold. Money wins war. And that's why he needs the war. Okay. Okay. So there is a need. Okay, for him to have money to do that. And number two is that the capacity that he restored is not up to 100%. It's only up to 40%. He can at 40% is enough to keep Europe surviving, but it's not enough for Europe to feel comfortable. Okay, because of that, that's enough to frighten the European government. So in that sense, it is already a good thing for him. Okay, so you don't need to cut the pipe. Yep. Uh, someone someone said that Daisy said that Ukraine and Russia signed agreement already. That's a big news. Have they? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. Have they signed an agreement? Okay, if they sign, I'll be very surprised. Okay, all right. The second big news that happened was a lot of they signed agreement. Is it a peace agreement or they stop fire? I don't know. Okay, if they sign, Oh, sign. Okay, what is the agreement about? I missed that news. When did they sign? Happened over the last 2 hours? I'm watching all the news very tightly. I'll be surprised you guys are ahead of me on this one. But good for you guys, okay? Um, for grain transport. Okay, okay. Oh, I see. I thought they stopped fire. Yeah. Okay. So grain, but you know what? There was never a food shortage because of the great harvest. Okay. So you know what? Then you will bring the inflation down even more. Yeah. Okay. They bring the inflation down even more. So then there's a good news for stock market, but there's not good news for peace. So there's still no peace there. Okay. So I think that's a big news. Another big news that happened was that Tesla, the company, okay, the results came out and they beat market expectation. Okay, and the stock price shot up 10% in one day. Okay, one day. Oh, 52 minutes ago. Okay, that's no wonder I missed it. I was in the live stream. Okay, yes. YouTube lagging? Is YouTube lagging, guys? Okay, so I don't know. Okay, okay, YouTube is lagging. Okay, so if YouTube is lagging, I'm sorry. Okay, just bear with for our internet. All right, guys. So Tesla results beaten market expectation, and that's incredible. Okay, because of that, the share price shot up 10%, and and because it's a major component stock of the S&P 500, the S&P 500 also shot up. Okay, so as you can see right now, these are all good news because a lot of people were worried that we're gonna hit what we call a results recession. That means that when the results come out, it's all bad results, bad results, bad results. So there's gonna cause a lot of fall. No, it didn't. Right? Netflix was good. Okay. Oh no, sorry. Netflix was bad, but not as bad as market expectations. So the market recovered. So all in all, I think was all very good. Petrol prices went down already. What's the latest petrol price in Singapore? Sorry, obviously I'm not in Singapore, so I don't know. Okay, so we can see that it's clear until clear. You can see with your eyes that the inflation has signs of peaking. So therefore, we should see a recovery in the stock market. Okay, so what I did on today is Friday. On Wednesday night, I fired my last shot. I fired my last shot in all my US dollars. Okay, so I fired all my shots of US dollars now. All went into the into the Nasdaq. I'm thinking why Nasdaq is because the Nasdaq has crashed the most. Huh? Okay, so I fire on into Nasdaq. Okay, that's just me. So to date, I kind of lost count. Someone was keeping track for me. Maybe I don't know, lost count. Maybe 600-700K into the market right now. Okay, so I'm gonna rob BE soon already. Okay, I'm gonna rob BE soon. So I think one of the key thing I want to rob BE is the CPF. Okay, uh, so far I spy a lot of shots all using cash and CPF in a mix. Okay, so let me just answer a quick question everybody is asking me. Okay, is it too late to buy the S&P 500? The answer that I'll tell myself is this, okay? We will never know when new shocks will come out. But we do know that the S&P 500 from its peak has crashed so far another 16%. So there's always the potential to drop 16% or so, but you must prepare for huge volatility. A lot of you must have, if you are a person who cannot lose a few $1,000 or a few tens of $1,000, and it will disturb you, then it's better not to buy. Okay. Uh, I kid you not. I have a good friend who has really a great entrepreneur, make tens of millions of dollars, and stupid investment banker has caused him to lose a lot of money. he came to me and said, Lou, what will you do? So I rarely give people any investment advice. I said, I'll tell you what I do. Okay. And obviously, he's such an important businessman. He will have time to watch my YouTube video, right? So when I fired my shot, I quickly let him know, hey, I firing a lot of shots, And then he went to his investment banker to say, please buy S&P fund, which is what I told him to do. Investment banker talked him out of it. Then he missed the boat. Talking about it, and he has got some shit stock, which I don't want to talk about what shit stocks we're having. So on Thursday, he basically slammed the table and tell the investment banker, shut up and just buy. Okay? So he took it and he feels comfortable. He's, when you buy S&P 500, your time horizon must be in decades, 10, 20, 30 years. Okay? Of course, people like me who is very gutsy, as you can see, when the market dips, I chong, right? I just jump in. My brother is in Facebook right now. From young, I a little bit more gutsier than when I should. Getting myself injured in a few times, but it's a bokiasi kind of thing. I'm a bit more gutsier, but not everybody needs to have this kind of courage. So in some sense, buy what you're comfortable with and prepare for huge volatility. There could be still shocks. What I'm saying is that I feel that the downside risk is a lot lesser. Okay, it's a lot lesser than the upside potential now. Okay, that's my view. Okay, for myself, I'm not giving advice. Okay, one major topic I want to address to everybody is this topic: should we invest using cash or CPF? Okay, should we invest using cash or CPF? This is a very important topic because many of us have cash and CPF. We're wondering which to deploy, right? Okay. Um, so first of all, the very first thing I want to say is that, okay, if you are thinking of S&P 500, if you are thinking of S&P 500, there's only one way you can buy using CPF. That's through Endowus, okay? Endowus have this fund called the Infinity 500 fund. Okay, that's what I bought. I'm not telling you what you should buy. Let's say that's what I bought. Okay, and I keep firing into it. Infinity 500. So it is a fund that mirrors the S&P 500, and somehow Endowus is the only company in Singapore that you can do that through. Okay, for those people who just came in on Facebook, okay, thanks for coming in. Please remember to click like and subscribe and follow. Okay, so that's the only way you can do it. Okay, but if you are using cash, there are many other alternatives. I'll talk about it. Let me share with you. Okay, so the market is still crashy. It's gone up by a bit. I thought I'll give you the latest of my portfolio. Okay, I show YouTube first. I don't know you can see now. My latest number here on my Endowus account is 624,000, and there is 98,000 profits right now. 98,000 profit. I'll show you guys. Okay, yeah, you can see on Facebook. It's a bit blurry. Okay, this is the portfolio amount and the profits. Portfolio amount and profits. Okay, so it's not meant to be braggy. It's just trying to share with you that it is very possible for you to make a hell lot of money through your CPF or your SRS. It's and the market is just recover only 1 week only. Now, in all fairness, some of these I bought during the COVID crash. Okay, but during this drop, it went all the way down to quite a lot. I used to have a profit now with a lesser amount of 150,000. Now this crash really lao sai. Blah, 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 blah. I think it has fallen down to 40, 50K profit, and some point of time I thought I'm gonna lose it all. Fortunately, the market has now turned around. Those shots that I fired, I told everybody I'm firing, has helped to recover very fast. Uh, Pretty confident by end of the year we should see it recover to the portfolio size from 624,000 will will easily grow. If I don't invest anymore, which I will, but that's where it is. By end of the year, barring a ceteris paribus condition, it should go to 700K. Okay. Um, I've told the Endowus CEO and the Chief Investment Officer that I want to give a talk called 1M50E. 1M50E, 1 million in 1 million at 50 years old in Endowus. Okay, they were so intrigued by it. So I have a talk that's coming I'm supposed to post up. I've forgotten. Can someone remind me every time? Okay, I have a talk that's coming on the 12th or 12th of August with Endowus. It's a fiscal talk. I'm supposed to give everybody the link and this. I keep forgetting. They keep reminding me. I'll talk for half an hour and discuss some of these things. But I want to do a standalone talk where I buy sorry, my portfolio together with B. I'm by myself. I think quite difficult. I'm gonna start stealing my money already. Okay, so we hope to hit 1M by 50 years old. Okay, in E for Endowus. Okay, I kind of yeah. So this is a great start. You agree? Hey, give some light, leh. Okay, yeah, this is a great start, right? Okay, 100,000 in a crash, not difficult to get, right? Okay, this does not include all the cash I fired. Okay, I can see my portfolio is also growing. This is just CPF and a bit of SRF. Okay, now I'm trying to share with everybody that it is possible to do well. Okay, in your CPF and your SRS account. Okay, you can do well. Okay, you can do well. I'm not asking you to do it now. You can make your own judgment. But hi Michael, have have a have a long term time horizon. I'm a bit luckier. Let's call it lucky that I time it correctly. Okay, so there are other. First of all, apart from Endowus, you can use your CPF. So apart from S&P 500, you can use your CPF to buy other globally diversified funds. You need not buy S&P 500, then you have to buy to other companies, or you can buy to Endowus as well. There's a MSCI World Index and a Dimension Fund. Both are quite close to the S&P 500 from my experience. Okay, I have Dimension Fund. I can't remember where I've got MSCI World Index or not. Okay, but both indices and both funds operate more or less like the S&P 500, and that you can use the CPF OA to buy as well. And you can see, okay, you can use your CPF to buy, and you can buy to other companies, not to Endowus. But if you want to buy S&P 500 only, then Endowus is the only way, because they can. I don't know why other companies cannot do it. Okay, yes. You can buy to Fund Supermart. You can buy to. That day, remember, I invited Money Hour. Money Hour, I think, sells MSCI World Index as well, and things like that. Okay, so all those if you have questions, I'll answer them. Okay, if you don't mind. Okay, okay. Let me give you the downside of Endowus. Okay, let's not be blind to it. There's a downside to Endowus. Okay, the problem is that there's this T plus 1 day delay. That means if I buy now, say I buy now, the only transactor price, not today's price, is tomorrow, next working day's price. Okay, then they'll lock it in. So it's a T plus 1 delay. I don't quite like that. That one makes you very kanchong. Okay, so every time when the market is very volatile, it makes me a bit scary. Any one of you have this similar experience? Very sian. Every time I click buy, and then it takes a long time. Okay, a lot of people have a lot of questions. I can answer them, but please ask these questions later when they're not relevant to what I'm talking about now. Okay. So those people who came in from YouTube, please remember give a like. Okay, and hit subscribe. The other thing, the other thing about the Endowus fund is the fees among all the robo advisor for funds is really one of the lowest. Okay, it's one of the lowest, but it's still high when you compare to exchange traded fund. If you compare the SPY or other equivalent ETF, it's still lower. And I've got slides to explain that. But when you buy using your ordinary account, you're foregoing a 2.5% interest, which is very high. Okay, which is very high. The YouTube channel is 1M65. Okay, so a 2.5% interest, you are foregoing it. Okay, in exchange for a potentially higher return for S&P 500, which have risk. Okay, so so okay, let me show you the fees. Okay, uh, so the fees on this table you all can see in the slides. Okay, actually Endowus is quite good. So the fees are 0.6%, and then they give a cashback on the trailer fees. That means they refund you some of the money you collected. That's a great part of Endowus. So the fund level fees after cashback is 0.34%, which is very low already. I invested a fund there's a fund that is a 2% fees, which is very high. Okay, so but the other fund that I buy for S&P fund is called SPY. SPI instead of 0.34 has 0.095. Okay, 0.095 fees annually only. Okay, so it's one third less than one third the price of Endowus. It's called Line Global Fund. But one is the fund, one is the ETF. Their nuances are different. But when you use an ordinary account, there's only one choice. So whatever it is. But fortunately, they are quite cheap. And CPF, I think as a condition to let them sell the S&P 500, they must lower their fees to that level. So is that actually that's quite good. Okay. 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 So so that's the downside of using CPF. Okay, that's the downside of CPF specifically for S&P 500. Okay. Yes. I bought S&P 500 through Endowus on 15th of July. Only 19th of July, then locked in the price. Took 3 to 4 working days. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. I remember, and that was the annual platform fees you need to pay. Oh, is it? I didn't know. Okay. So, but last time there's a minimum fee of, I think, $8,000 or something. I don't know whether it increased here. Now their asset under management is over $1 billion. So they are more atas already. When I got to know them, they are a small company. Now they're big. Okay. Which NASDAQ ETF do I buy? I buy the QQQ. Okay. So let's talk about. So I finished talking about CPF, the good and the bad. Okay, let's talk about now cash. Okay, should we use cash to buy? Okay, use cash to buy. Okay, do you prefer Endowus or Money Hour? You cannot use Money Hour to buy S&P 500. It's just not available. Using cash to invest, okay, is a plus. It's a plus, provided number one you must have the cash. A lot of us have CPF but no cash. Then London, right? LL, right? Okay, okay. The good thing is that the minute you buy using cash, you lock in the price straight away. So if I fire a shot there, it says $1, the price, it is $1. It's very clear, right? So you lock in the price instantaneously. Okay, but all the points are there. The fees of SPY or QQQ or this is much lower than if you buy using CPF. So in the case of SPY, the annual fees are 0.095%. In the case of Endowus, it's 0.34%, which is already very low, but nowhere as low as the ETF. When you use cash to buy, there are a lot of alternatives, which is a lot of competition. There is Endowus, there is Robo Advisor, all of them. Then there is Fund Supermart. There is a lot of stock, a lot. I use the Standard Charter, and you can use IBKR, Philips, Poem. Yesterday, Tiger Brokers just approached me. You can use all of them to buy. And the best thing is, there's a lot of other options you can buy. Using Endowus, you can only, your CPF, you can only buy Line Global. But actually, there are a lot more options to S&P 500. I think it's called VOO or something like that. And then there's a lot more other options you can buy. And you can compare, which one you like, things like that. I'm not going to go into it, okay? With cash, it's very liquid, right? You buy, sell very fast, you buy, you fire money straight away, you sell, you get money straight away, right? So, not straight away, but there's a lot of liquidity. Okay, there's a lot of liquidity. And the opportunity cost is low because unlike the CPF OA, where you get 2.5%, the cash you get in your bank is I don't know what's the interest rate in your savings account right now in your bank? 0.3, 0.2, I don't know what's the latest right now. Someone can tell me? I think FD has gone up. I don't think the savings account has gone up much. So someone can tell me what's the savings accounts right now? How much can you get? Okay. Um, so the interest. So use cash. When you use cash to buy, there's all this good as well. Okay. Let's talk about. Okay. Let's talk about the downside of using cash. Okay. No, I'm talking about you cannot use FD as a comparison because you want to be very liquid. You must be savings account. Your savings account, what's the interest rate? Savings account. If you buy SSB, you cannot take out money and fire one shot. Yes. I want to know the savings account interest rate. Okay. You can look at it. You put in the fixed D, you cannot use it to buy stock market. Yes. So what's the downside? If you use cash, do you all, I'm sure everybody knows that, right? Oh, 0.05% cannot slide. Really, parents? 0.05%. Come on, Google right now. What's the latest saving rate? Basket, all these banks are jialu one. Okay, because the interest rate has gone up already, and they still give us pittance. That's why all these local banks ought to be competed to death. Those 450 of you, half of you have not given a like. Please do your job, okay? I do my job in sharing with you. Know how you do your job, giving me like, okay? Cash, okay? Cash has a lot of use. You know that, right? Cash has a lot of use. CPF, you can either buy house, maybe buy some stocks, nothing else. Okay, use your CPF for pay for pay for your children education. Your CPF is got no other use, right? But cash have a lot of use. In a rainy day, you have cash is very important. Okay, and cash can be used. To fire into other investment opportunity as well. Okay, so cash. Okay, if you use up your cash, it's very dangerous. So every one of us knows that. The second thing about using cash for investment is that cash is too liquid. Cash is too liquid. When you buy using a CPF, you have a tendency not to buy, sell, but so that you will ride the wave of compounding, right? But when you buy using cash, you are very tempted to trade. Wow, today market go down, go up, go down, buy, sell, and that's the fastest way to lose money. Okay, fastest way to lose money. And when you use cash, there's a lot of alternatives. Okay, there's a lot of alternatives. Uh, in the case of CPF, I told you there's only MSCI World Index, Line Global, Infinity, boleh what else can you buy? US stock. But when you use cash, you'll be tempted to buy Tesla, buy Facebook. I told you, right, freaking investment banker will tell you, you should buy this, buy that, that kind of thing, right? And then you end up losing money, right? So when you use cash, you'll be tempted by all the other alternatives. Okay? So let me give you my strategy. Okay, my strategy for myself. Okay, so I use cash to buy in times of volatility. That means that when the stock market is like that, or like that, kind of thing, I use cash to buy because Endowus got this T plus 1 or plus 2 day. I buy it. If it go up, I pay a higher price. If it go down, I'm lucky. But this kind of uncertainty, very scary, right? So when the market is very volatile, I boom. Okay, so I boom using cash. So when the market is a little bit more stable, like a few weeks ago when the market is dead and everybody was waiting for CPI numbers to come back, and I have a very strong sense that the market is going to go up, right? I bought using CPF, okay, because I know it will be very peaceful until the day itself. Then you will go up or go down, right? So, so in times of price stability, okay, I will buy using my CPF. In times of volatility, I'll buy using cash. Everybody got that? Okay, everybody got that? All the questions coming, I'll answer them, but please hold it, okay? But barring that effect aside, I'll prefer to use CPF first because my CPF special account and MediSave account all maxed out already, and that is a very important thing. And this is my cornerstone, my 1865 strategy. to max out your OA and SA and become a millionaire by 65. Okay, but I use my CPF first because the CPF there 2.5% quite miserable for me. Okay, for some people enough. I feel that I have this ability to generate much higher returns than 2.5%. So therefore I deploy my CPF first. No other alternative. I got no condo dream like many of you. I got no landed property dream like many of you. I stay in a very nice HDB. In fact, I hardly got a chance to stay in HDB because I'm always overseas. Last and most important thing is that cash, cash, okay, has many investment alternatives. It can be used to do a lot of things. And me and Dee are always on a hunt out for investments, okay, and new business opportunity where require big amount of cash, okay. So Access Digital was once in an environment like this where we deployed quite a lot of cash to start Access Digital, the digital media agency, okay. So uh, and my co-founders are running a company very well, okay, and I'm here helping my wife, okay. Yeah, funny, the chairman is the one that do most chobolan one. Cash, cash has this amazing ability to save you from a catastrophic event if something like that happens. So cash is very important. So therefore, I would like to use my CPS first, then I use cash. Okay. Look, there's a dog. I'm sorry. Rather, there are two dogs barking each other. Goodness gracious. Sorry, guys. Okay, I can't stop. I can't avoid this kind of environment. These are these are what I call there's a legal word for it. What do you call this? There's a legal term for this. That is like an act of God, kind of environment. Okay. Yep. So force majeure, yes, force majeure event, dogs and all this. Yeah. Hot weather outside. Okay. Yes. So 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 first of all, I hope by now you understand what's my strategy using CPF and using cash. Very clear, right? Okay. Number two is that it's very clear that don't underestimate the power of your CPF and maybe even some extent your SRS and all this. They can generate a lot of return as well. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I hope this talk give you the framework how I operate within the space of my CPF and my cash. Okay. Now, yes, my place here a bit like Papua. It's actually a cafe. Just not damn noisy cafe. It's air conditioned, and outside is 40 degrees, so everybody is conglomerating here to it. Yeah. Okay. I hope you understand and find this talk useful. Okay. For those people who have made money in this recovery, good for you. I'm happy for you. The ride is still long ahead. You'll be volatile. You'll be very volatile. Be prepared for ups and downs. There'll be a lot of profit taking up and down and down. Just ride it through. Okay, just ride it through. Prepare to hold for decades. Okay, and I'm very sure you'll do very well. Okay, let me answer some questions right now. Okay, what's your view on a mixed approach of buy S&P 500 and individual tech stock and bank stocks whatsoever? Okay, Jasmine, that's a great question. Mr. Lu have no ability to judge, okay, to buy individual stocks because I can't tell individual stocks how good or how bad they are. I've lived long enough to know that individual stocks have lethality risk. Lethality risk, no matter how good a company can go down. I like to buy a whole basket of stocks name, and the easiest way to buy it is through an index. Okay, that's why I buy the S&P 500 and buy the Nasdaq. Okay, and like anything I buy a whole basket. Okay, so once buy a whole basket, the risk is a lot lesser. Okay, Mr. Lu, can you share why you believe in SGX STI for dividends and small stock is bad? Okay, the STI index since the 2008 until 2008, the STI hit a high of 3,800 points. What's the STI today? I stopped monitoring. I bet it is like 3,100, 3,200 points. It has never recovered. Never. And the main reason is that the component stocks are shit, right? The other reason why I make it shit is that Singapore investors are all dividend seeking lousy investors. We are all lousy investors. We like seeking dividends. Or 3,181. See, I don't even need to see. I haven't monitored the index for a year. I can guess what the number is. It's just 掉帮一刀 buay tintang. Okay? Because Singapore investors are dividend seekers. So all the stocks in SGX try to give dividends. Once you have dividends, the stock doesn't move. So therefore, I will never, never, ever make the same mistake of buying the STI ETF or Singapore stock. Okay? Okay? My prediction down, my prediction on stock market down. I've never said that. You obviously have never watched my YouTube video. Okay? What I say is that there'll be a volatile recovery. So therefore, we should see ups and downs as it recovers. Okay? So so be careful when you make comments like this, okay? Mr. Lu, when you buy Dimension Fund using CPF, do they have no day plus one issue, Angela? I suspect they have also, okay, but I'm not very sure. So it's better check. I got feeling Dimension Fund you cannot use CPF. MSCI World Index you can, okay. I suspect the minute you use CPF, you will kena this T plus one plus 2 day delay. Mr. Lu, do you buy any tourism hospitality related ETF? Yes, I bought a travel ETF called AWAY. Okay, yes, AWAY. Okay, but it didn't recover, so a little bit disappointed. Okay, yes. Mr. Lu, if one maxed out my SA, it means that he can't do RSU anymore for tax relief the following year. Is it? I suspect so. Yes. Okay. How do you invest when the market is up? The textbook answer is you buy dollar cost averaging. You buy when it go down, buy and go up, just keep buying. But if you have been waiting for, the problem is that everyone always like to catch the lowest point, right? But the lowest point is exactly when is the world looks the darkest. So nobody will dare to invest. Despite Mr. Lu coming out and say that I saw light at the end of the tunnel, okay, I came to realize that almost nobody will buy, and it's fine. Okay, I'll buy, and the rest of the world, the rest of the world, I can don't buy. That's life. I cannot tell you what to do. But the textbook answer, you buy. Buy it on down, buy it up. That's a dollar cost averaging. Do you prefer stock split or not? Now, stock split is usually a good news. That means the price of the stock has gone up so high that the company has decided to do a stock split, so the price become affordable to small investors. So it's a good thing. Okay, Mr. Lu, your profits is accumulating over COVID and not current crisis. It's both. So my COVID profits, my guess is about half of it, and the other half is probably from no, maybe one third or so is from this ride. This ride just started only. Okay. Um, Mr. Lu, I don't want to wait decades to be rich. How do I make money in 1 or 2 years? I cannot advise you. Go and start a business. Okay, that's the best way. Yes. Go and start a business. Yeah. Okay. Or buy Toto and you strike it, you'll get richer, right? But the risks are high, the risks are high. Uh, any advice on Spider Gold Trust? Can I invest? I only I only can say this. First of all, I'm not a gold expert. Gold is a good counter. Okay, gold is a good counter in preservation of value. Okay, someone has told me this before. I cannot check it out because there's a Bible reference to it. That the unit of gold and what can you use to buy in the Bible? That means 2,000 years ago. And if you use the same amount value of that gold and buy what you can right now in the same amount of things, it's the same. That means that maybe those days one gold can buy one nice those 2,000 and goes cloth and one shoe, whatever. And if you apply that one piece of gold in today, maybe you can buy one. I don't know, one Ferragamo shoe and jacket and things like that. So the preservation of value is the same. So gold is for preservation of value, from my opinion. Okay. Yep. No shortcut. Is it good time to buy MSCI ETF now? What's the time horizon? You know, I always like to buy things on a crash. By now, you notice that, right? I buy things on a crash. 2020, many of you haven't known me yet. I was very public already in telling everybody when to buy. 2022, I was more public to buy, to announce when I buy, okay, on YouTube, okay? So, um, so, so when I buy, it's a time of crash. Now the market is recovering, but there's still a gap to the highest point, so you gotta judge for yourself, you know? Yeah, okay. Uh, what is a good percentage to save of your monthly income as a couple? There's no right or wrong to this, you know. It really depends on your, yeah. I'd like to fix expenditure. So if you look at me and B, what we spent, say 10 years ago and what we spend now, okay, it's about the same. It's about the same, okay? But our incomes are different right now, so therefore our percentages will be different, okay? Mm, wait, okay, I just banned someone. Yeah, very irritating guy over there, so I banned him. Okay, yes. Interestingly, preservation of value. Yes. Okay, it's a present value. Okay, what's the next question? Okay, What's your view on any change in the risk highlighted before that impact this recovery? So I don't understand. What is your view on any changes in risk you highlighted before that recovery? Okay, I'm not quite sure what your question is. In the path leading for the last 2 weeks, I've described the reasons why I think the market will recover and recover pretty soon. Okay, I've been announced good news, and I also highlighted those risks. But then you gotta weigh yourself. You know, can I stomach those risks? And then you fire shot. So let's say there are 10 reasons why I think the market go up and 5 reasons why I think the market will go down. If the five reasons if the 5 reasons start drawing down to 3 or to 2, then this one start increasing. Then I just keep firing more shots. That's what I do. Okay, and that's what I've been doing. Okay, are you gonna buy S&P in Endowus in coming week? When I see market a bit stable, I will. Okay, you and B spend more now because of Lamia and laser treatment. Yes. Okay. By the way, she don't use Lamia. She use Sawasu. Also not cheap. Okay. Okay. But by the way, I've analyzed Lamia, although expensive, but you apply a very thin layer because you cannot apply thick layer, get cost allergy. Sawasu, you have to apply thick layer. So I think on the cost per layer is about the same. Okay. Yes. When I come back to Singapore soon, yeah, you stop firing? No, I haven't. I told everybody, right? I've catered $1 for this crash. I haven't reached. I haven't reached this thing. Oh no, Lamia is skincare. Sorry. What is your? Can we ask? What is your take on Cyber versus Sora for home loan? This is something I don't know, leh. So I apologize. I actually don't know the difference between Cyber and Sora. Okay. Yes. So I got to apologize. I'm not familiar with that. Next week, Federal Reserve will announce rate hike. Do you think it'll be 75%, 100%, 75%, 90% sure? Even if it's 100%, it's not that big a deal. Okay. Uh, any more questions? You miss the Singapore weather? Yes, I do, because it's really, really very hot there. Is it is it a bit too early to go against the Fed when they have not signaled a change in interest rate hike? They say they want aggressive. They say they want to be aggressive since earlier. Yes, I expect them to go 75 non-stop until the inflation rate hit. But remember, if you, I really, that's why if you are attended my talks regularly or watch my talks even though I said before, right? In 1982, when Paul Volcker whacked the interest rate hard, okay, when he whacked interest rate hard, you know, as the minute price start coming down, even though it start whacking, the stock market rebounded. So that was the first sign I told everybody. When there is a strong resolve by the Federal Reserve, okay, strong resolve by Federal Reserve to kill the inflation, okay, it doesn't matter if the interest rate keep going up, okay, it doesn't keep going up. So therefore, the signal is whether the Federal Reserve has a strong resolve to kill the inflation or not. If it is, then we will see the stock market recovering, and they have recovered. Okay, yes. Are you afraid of being wrong? But I bought stocks on the low. So what if I'm wrong? The market crash, you will recover in 10, 20 years. What am I so afraid of? Yes. The Fed has, I already explained, the Fed has shown no intention to slow interest is good. The minute they go half, mostly use a four-letter word, they go half ass in their inflation, half pregnant, in the fight against inflation, suddenly they suddenly they suddenly they increase interest rate, suddenly they reduce interest rate. That will be the worst case. Okay, will rate hike cause price to drop again? The market already anticipated 75% maybe. Okay, is BT ETF good? I don't want BT. Market up when they announce or not? I don't know. Okay, I can't tell daily movement. Will you send your children for overseas education or local ones are good enough? If I have a choice, I'll send them overseas. I think there is very good experience for the children to go overseas. Kid Lu will be traveling to Europe for overseas studies soon for a period of time. I'm trying to send Ben overseas as well and encourage your sister to go along. I've been educated in Singapore and US. I'm educated in US in Stanford. There's no comparison. No comparison. For those people who say that local university is as good as overseas university as good as local university, you got to see which university as well, of course. But I think overseas university trains a lot of things. Susanna, I put on my earpiece already. The environment here is very noisy. I'm very sorry. But if I were to give a talk outside, which is quieter, it's 40 degrees outside. Okay, 40 degrees. So please forgive me. Okay, I'm trying my best to accommodate with you. Mm, do you own any single stock? Yes, I do. A small pocket of it. But those are based on algorithm trading. So that's very complicated. It's still a basket of stock, but it's complicated. So I don't want to be very, I don't want to tell you to, a lot of people say the audio is fine. I don't know why you felt the audio is not good. Do you think now the Federal Reserve hit strong enough on interest rates? I think 75% basis points with 7.75% interest. They should hit that hard and hard and hard. Will your talk on Endowus be face to face? Face to face. It's a real physical event. Okay. What's your target S&P value when you hold a line? When uh, when you recover too much, then I'll stop firing. Okay. I don't have a number to it. You see, as you can see, I don't look at the number. I look at the macroeconomic environment. All my talks, okay, all my talks, I focus on the macroeconomic signals, right? You notice that I don't draw lines, I don't draw chart, cross the don't know how many day, 100-day moving average or whatever. I look at the macroeconomic because that's my skill. Okay? Yes. Wow, so many questions. Our NUS NTU are ranked high internationally. Yes, they are. But you see, for overseas students to come to NUS NTU is a great experience. They should do that. For Singaporean, you should go overseas. The environment you brought up is the same. For them to come here, they get a Singapore rigor. But for Singapore students, you go NUSNTU is like same DNA again. Yeah. Okay. I would not take a single profit. I might rebalance. Okay. When something go overweighted, I would not take any profit. In short, I wouldn't sell. Okay. How do you manage FX? I don't need an FX, right? Well, I still don't understand what you mean by you're assuming that the US dollar will decline. Decline. Okay, no big deal. The US dollar has not declined for the last 10 over years. Yeah. So I'm asking, do you know now Fed hit strong enough interest rate? I see. 75%, 75 basis point, yes, I think so. How do you track a stock purchase? Excel. Okay. What would be a key event? No, sorry. Okay. Yes. It's 26 degrees in Singapore. Wow. So good. I got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, I will have to stop. I got work to do. Can you comment on China stocks and funds, cut loss or hold? Desiree, I really can't tell what you should do. Okay. I will just say this, Desiree, is that China stock has a lot of risk. Okay. Risk also mean can be positive risk. But it also downside risk. The problem is that I don't have a strategy on China. 我不知道什么时候应该买，什么时候应该卖。I don't know. So best thing is I don't buy. Okay. Yes. S&P 500 Nasdaq has proven the test of time over 100 years, decades that it will go up over a long period of time. So therefore I buy. Okay. That's a proven strategy. How long will you hold on to your first? How long have you hold on to your first decade? 20 years? 15, 20 years? I don't know. 20 years, I think 20 years. Okay. Um, what is the key event that will make you hold fire? Oh, I see. When the market chong up too much. Okay. Okay, let me keep this before it melts in my pocket. Okay. Yeah, experience overseas culture life. Yes. There's no comparison. The ability to handle foreigners, the ability to be confident in handle different things, to speak slower, because Singaporeans speak very fast, more can understand our English, and so on. Okay. All right, cool. Pauline said I bought QQQ to IBK. I found that I did not have enough cash in USD. Yes, you need cash in USD. That's why I said just now I fired all my USD and got some already. Do you invest all CPF and keep some? I still have some, and soon I'll rob my wife's CPF. If Euro that crisis happen, you think Germany can still recover? Euro crisis, I don't know what crisis can happen. Right? Is now blue sky. Just being just painting. Just painting the crisis. Very difficult for me to say because Singapore very fast paced. Yes, but if you go to top university, it's even worse. Overseas as well. I got friends in Cambridge also go very fast and so on. When I was in Stanford, it wasn't that easy as well. Yeah. Wiser to transfer OA to max out SA or use cash to SA. Of course, OA first. Cash you got to use. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. I can't talk for too much. I need to help be in some of the work already. Okay. Overseas like University of Manchester, University of Buckingham, blah 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 blah. Okay, easier get second upper. It's not about the degree, the score. When I was in university, I was single-minded. I want to get first class honors. Yeah, I realized wrong. University is about acquisition of skill, knowledge, and experience, not about getting the score. O levels, A levels, you need the score. University not so important anymore. It's acquisition of skill. Okay. Therefore, the best place to get all these skills for Singaporeans is overseas. That's my opinion. Okay. All right. Good. Pauline, good for you. You're maxed out. Okay. Good. All right. Good. Okay. Thank you for attending my talk. Okay. Before you go, remember click like and subscribe. Okay. Do I think crypto have a future? I have no idea how to assess crypto, so I can't give you an answer for that. Okay. Great. Okay. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the talk. Okay. Continue to uh, give me some support. Okay. And invest. invest well, and all the best to you, and have a great weekend. I will talk to you again on Sunday. Okay. All right. Cool. Bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Thanks, YouTube. Okay. Thanks, YouTube. Okay. Thanks, YouTube, and thanks, Facebook as well. Okay. Okay. I gotta go back to my work. Okay. See you guys. Bye bye.